Good afternoon. My name is Miroslava Jusic. I'm 52 years old. I was born in Czechoslovakia and I came to Australia when I was 17 and I've been living in Australia ever since. I have two beautiful children and I'm a carer and I am a photographer and I think that's just the basics about me. I did made a little note so I don't forget anything, because this is an introductory video to my series of videos, and basically I will tell you a little bit about me, what I like to talk about, and my illnesses. I like to forget about those. Anyway, let's start. First of all, one of my hobbies is photography. I have a big site on Fine Art America. I got over 1,500 or over, not 1,500, over million, I think 1,400,000 visitors at the moment. I haven't been on for a while, so the views kind of go down when you don't do anything. But I love photography. The reason I like it because it makes me feel like an explorer. You can go and catch things which are unusual, especially animals and insects. They're very fascinating. But I also like architecture, and also like nature landscapes and sunset. Who doesn't like them? It's heaps of them around. Anyway, the other thing I like, and that most happened in recent years, is herbs. Because of my illnesses, I don't like taking tablets. A lot of tablets got a lot of bad side effects. I do have to take some tablets because you got no choice, but there is some tablets you actually don't have to take, and you can replace them with herbs and good food. And of course, food is another big important subject I like to talk about, because it seems to be so ignored. Everybody's concentrating carbon dioxide and nobody talking about how we're poisoning ourselves, our world, our waters, our animals, our trees. Everything out there is being poisoned, including our food. That's why it's an extremely important subject. The other thing I like is politics, and I never was into politics. The only reason I'm talking about it because I don't like what happened to Australia in the last 20 years. It just, everything seems to be going down, services, jobs. I'm not talking about how many jobs, I'm talking about the quality of the jobs. There's so many scammers out there, people don't do things properly, don't take pride in themselves. It's all a very commercialized world. I was born in Czechoslovakia, and I just yesterday read a little sign in Czech language which said the communists tried to destroy Czechoslovakia for 40 years, but they didn't succeed at. But the Democrats destroyed it in 27 years. So you figure it out what it means. And so I do have a lot of different views, a lot of different interests. Also on two chickens, and I have a boyfriend who has a land. We just brought some land, so we're gonna be growing some veggies there and building a few things like a house eventually, and eventually we hope to move there. So about my health, the part I really don't like to talk about, but here we go. I always had a bit of issue as a child. This is back in Czechoslovakia. I was always sick, I was always on antibiotics, I had ear infections, and they thought I'm gonna go deaf. And yeah, was sick a lot. And when I came here, the first thing always had problems with my tummy. It always ached and give me trouble. And but I've always survived and moved on. But then about 7 years ago, I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroid. A lot of women, a lot of people suffering from that, and the only thing is, since I'm taking the thyroid replacement hormone, um, I just think things haven't been exactly the same. But that's all I can do. Then I also got the autoimmune connective tissue disorder. At the moment, the biggest pains I get here, the connective tissue disorder, I've been diagnosed by the rheumatologist, said, ouch, that hurts. Like my wrists, the muscles which are connected to the bones, they hurt. So it hurts here, it hurts here, it hurts on my ankles, in my hips, and even here where the bones are connected to the muscles. So I get a pain here on the sides of the bone. So it's not fun, and I get affected by humidity a lot. And on top of that, having all this, at the end of last year, I also got diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia, which is the neuralgia of the trigeminal nerve, which goes like this and breaks here. And I have a pain right here, so it makes it a little bit harder to talk because I'm on medication for the pain, which affects my speech even more. I already have a problem getting words out, so with these tablets I can get really confused. But I've been lowering the whole month, so I'm doing better now, so I actually can talk. And what else I wanted to, oh yes, and of course when I find out about this, apparently that's the worst pain ever, supposed to be the worst pain human experiences, the trigeminal neuralgia. So if anybody has it, feel sorry for them. It's super painful. And then I got also diagnosed with the aneurysm on the other side. I will be talking about some of these issues because some things helping, some things don't. So yeah, I'm gonna make separate videos about these issues and about learning. The other thing I didn't mention, I think that I really love science and technology. It's fantastic. But I also do like talking to people, because sometimes it's so much easier just to make a phone call and say you need this, you need that, and they get it done instead of going through 100,000 yes, no, maybe options. Well, I was born in Czechoslovakia and I grew up there. And I came here when I was 17. Czechoslovakia was a socialist country, and I can give you the view I had from a child point of view. There's a lot more been happening in Czech when I was growing up. I did like growing up under socialism, but I was a child. And back then people protected adults, protected children from adults' issue, from politics, from jails, because in the communist countries, if you spoke up against the regime, you go to jail. So parents and other adults protected us from that, which is total opposite to what we see today. Today, people involve children and push them to do their bidding, which is not right, and it needs to stop. So I mentioned just about everything. I hope, did I say I got 2 chickens? I love them too. They're pretty cuties, and I will be doing videos about chickens as well. But this is all for now. Hope you enjoy my introduction. I'm sorry if I don't share your views. You are a lefty. Um, I may share some of your views, like about protection of animals. There's just no question about it. We do need to protect our animals, but that's again what I like to talk about in the future, and make separate videos about separate subjects. So have a great evening. Bye.